MS, after a long time, you've got something to smile in terms of how your bowling unit has performed. As in the spinners, the fast bowlers, Bhuvneshwar, Amit Mishra. And how's that feeling as a skipper after this longer time?
Yeah, I was always smiling, even when we lose games, I smile because, I know cricket is a big part of our life, but it is not the only life that we live. So, of course, you feel disappointed when you're not doing well. But still, it is a sport, it is a game, and, there will be times when you lose and when you won't win. So that's the answer for the first part. And as far as the bowling is concerned, I'm really happy to see how the spinners are bowling. Yes, there's a bit of help for them, but at the same time, still you have to execute your plans well. Especially in this format, you've got some of the big hitters in the opposition that you'll have to carefully plan out and innovate at times. So I was really happy that our spinners so far and the part-timers, along with the fast bowlers, they have done really well. But still, there's long way to go in this tournament. Two more matches, at least, in the qualifying stage.
Hi, MS. You opened with Ashwin in the previous match, and it's quite well known now that Ashwin has had very good success against Gale, but you still didn't open with him. There must have been some cricketing logic of why you changed from one to the other, even though the logic suggested that you would open with Ashwin.
Well, you expected me to open with Ashwin, which means Ashwin was a normal choice, and if you don't bowl Ashwin, then that's a surprise. But not only that, I think the new ball, Bhuvi is someone who has troubled Chris Gale to some extent. Even today also, he bowled really well, and that was the reason, it was more of, changing the plans when needed. I wanted Ashwin to bowl later in the first six, so that, after that, depending on how many wickets they lose in the first six, I can rotate the bowlers. So I thought if I can get couple of overs or maybe 3 or 4 overs off the fast bowlers, then when Chris Gale decides to hit, I have Ashwin and I push him to, play the big shot against a bowler where he has more chances of getting out.
धोनी साहब, अपने युवराज साहब को क्या हो गया है? एकदम सब उतने पूरे फैन उनके बाहर में एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, and we were expecting him to finish today the fair game much earlier, but something is wrong. We should give some more time to him.
अगर आप देखें तो युवराज T20 के सबसे अच्छे प्लेयर हैं. अभी उतने लय में नहीं है, आप ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, बट थोड़ा टफ होता है. ODI से ड्रॉप हो गए, उसके बाद अभी T20 में आए हैं, तो थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता है इंडिविजुअल पे. आप कितना भी बोलने की छोटा फॉर्मेट है, यू शुड जस्ट गो इन एंड एक्सप्रेस योरसेल्फ. बट एक इंडिविजुअल जब एक टीम में आता है तो उसके ऊपर थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता ही है. तो 1-2 मैचेस लगते हैं, बट वी आर ओनली होपिंग कि एक बार अगर उसे एक अच्छा फ्लो मिल जाए, एक अच्छा मैच मिल जाए. वी ऑल नो द काइंड ऑफ मैच विनर ही इज, एंड ही कैन रियली टर्न द गेम अराउंड ऑन हिज ओन.
Why fielders are struggling to take high catches? Is it because of some technical problem, or some atmospherical problem?
Well, it's something, it's not only a problem with the Indian team as of now. There have been quite a few catches that have been dropped. So I don't know whether it's a surrounding or, something else, but I feel the fielders in the deep, they are finding it quite difficult to judge the ball. And what are the exact reasons, I don't know, but, that's something that we will have to overcome, because if you drop a big hitter, you may end up, giving too many runs that can be very difficult to chase. So I think that's definitely to some extent is a problem, but is it because of technical fault or, just because of the surroundings, it's difficult.
May I just build a little bit on that? And it dropped catches, 12 wide balls, 1 no ball, and 129 for 7. How do you describe the effort in the field?
Well, I think overall the effort have been good. Quite a few wide balls were bowled in the last few overs, where the bowlers, they have a bit of a plan. And I think at times, it's good even if you give those couple of wide deliveries, because if you're looking for that, wide Yorker or length that's slightly wide and pushing the batsman to cut, it's better off to, give a wide rather than, trying to make the error on the pads where you have less fielder to save the boundary. So to some extent, it's still okay, because the bowlers are bowling according to where the field is, where their plans were. And there was an error, maybe they bowled, a couple of feet away from where they should be, which I feel is fair enough. And, hopefully as the tournament progresses, they'll get better at that. And about the drop catches, as I just explained, is it because of the surroundings or the lights or something, it's very difficult to say, but it's one problem that most of the teams are facing.
MS, sir, like considering that Bhuvi's pace is not like Shami or Varun, like as a captain, what do you tell him? Like 16 dot balls is phenomenal effort. Like what exactly as a captain do you tell him what channels to bowl? Like
But I think what's important for him is to use the new ball well, make sure that he doesn't give too many loose deliveries. The batsmen, they have to go against him, play the big shots. And, that will be like a winner for him. And today there was a bit of help and he made sure that he was bowling in the right area. So, that's how he will contribute, throughout. Whenever there's a bit of help, he should make sure that he's bowling in the right areas. Especially in this game, I think he bowled brilliantly. His length was very crucial and he was able to swing the ball. That's why I thought, it will be a good option to use the first 3 overs of him, because it seemed as if he will, take that 1 wicket, and that would have really changed the game at that point of time.
Mike, did you tempt to bowl or to use Bhuvi in the last over? I'm not saying that Jadeja gave away 21 runs because he had an over, because he bowled well in the first 3 overs. Did you have any idea?
No, you have to see what the strength is, and accordingly you decide. Bhuvi is a fantastic new ball bowler, but that doesn't mean he's not a good death bowler. But usually, if you see, depending on the days, you decide. Also, it gave Jadeja an opportunity to bowl in the last few overs, because you don't really know in the coming matches, you'll be facing big hitters from all the teams, you'll have to see what are the options that are available. We all know Shami is someone that we go back to when it comes to bowling in the death overs. Bhuvi can again do the job. But we need that one more bowler, whether it's Ravindra Jadeja or Ashwin or, Mishra, we'll have to see. But we'll have to juggle them up so that they get a bit of experience in the next 2 qualifying games. And then we'll see whoever is the best option will go ahead.
Mahi, was it a choice between going for a higher net run rate and giving Yuvi some time in the middle?
Well, it was both, and I'm glad that he got a bit of time because it will only settle his nerves. And we all know how dangerous he can be, once he gets going, he will give many more victories. So I think it was a fair enough chance. If we could have increased the run rate a bit, it would have been good. But still, we have a couple of games and we should try to make the most out of them. And if Yuvi comes back, if he bats really well, he's a good asset to have at number 4.
Mahi, Amit Mishra has won man of the match in both these matches. So he attributed after the last game, he attributed his success to you. So can you shed some light on what you said to him when he was not part of the 11, and now that he's part of the 11, what advice you've been giving him?
I said play. No, it's important that people, they bowl or bat according to what their strength is. I personally felt he was feeling a bit of nerve in the first game, which was against Pakistan. And I just went up to him and I told him, you are known for turning the ball. You are someone who flights the ball, varies the pace, and you have variation. So just don't, keep bowling the straighter one, try to bowl it just back of a length so the batsman can't hit. I told him, your biggest strength will be to flight the ball and, use that extra bit of bite in deceiving the batsman. And I was really comfortable the way he bowled after that. And after the first game, which was the Pakistan game, I knew, still he was not bowling at his 100%. He still had that nerves to overcome. And I knew with that man of the match and with that good performance, his performance in the coming games will get better and better. And today also he bowled really well. He bowled well against Gale. He used his variations well. There will be odd games where, like some of the other bowlers, he may also get hit. But it's still important that he backs his strength, and his strength will always be, using the flight and using the variations that he has got.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow we are not trying